Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, November 10th slate of NBA action. Man, I'm super excited to dive into it. We only have a 4-game slate on, but it does kind of make sense. I mean, on Monday we had all 15 games. On Wednesday, as of yesterday, we ended up having 13. So between the two, we've had a lot of NBA action on. It does make sense to kind of take a little bit of a, not necessarily a night off, but you know what I'm saying, like not have a full slate. But I'm super excited to dive into these 4 games that we do end up having. I only have 2 plays currently because at the time recording this video, which is like, you know, about midnight, 1 a.m., we don't really have a whole lot of lines on. And so with that being said, I don't want to force some of the plays that we do have, but I did find 2 that I do really like. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. But before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say we are still currently on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We are like 130 subscribers away. I'll double check that and I'll put it up here, obviously. But we're only like 130 subs away. So we are very, very close to being able to hit that 8,000 mark. We will obviously be doing a giveaway once we end up hitting that 8,000. So I am super excited about that. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap. But before we do, and boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are here with the sunnies on, with the shades on. And if you guys are new and you guys don't know what this is, this means I ended up getting a clean sweep, baby. You guys know we ended up getting a clean sweep. We went 4-0 on our plays as of yesterday. We had a very, very, very good day. A lot of units were made back after the rough last week that we ended up having. We've had a great start to this week. Hopefully we can continue that once again. But let's go ahead and do a quick recap. Like I said, we ended up having a sweep, but we'll still talk about it. So for our kill shot play of the day, we had De'Aaron Fox under 35.5 PRAs versus Cleveland. Really no sweat whatsoever. I mean, he ended up having like half this number at like 17 at halftime. But after that, for some reason, in the fourth quarter, the Kings really didn't play him very much. He didn't end up getting a whole lot of time there in the fourth quarter. He ended up coming back in like super late in the game, but they wanted to play Davion Mitchell quite a bit, which, you know, if that's what they want to do, go for it. But that definitely helped us hit the under, so that one ended up working out for us. Then we had Lauri Markkanen over 20.5 points here versus Atlanta at -105. He ended up cashing this bet in the first half. Lauri Markkanen has been on an absolute tear, and I love to see it as a former Bull. I just absolutely love to see it. I'm a diehard Bulls fan, if you guys don't know. So seeing Lauri Markkanen go absolutely ballistic, I love it. I love it. Lauri Markkanen is playing so well right now. Then we had the Knicks, team total under 111.5 versus Brooklyn. They scored 85 points. This Brooklyn team is locking up. Julius Randle was the only one that had a semi-decent day for the Knicks. Other than that, everybody kind of stunk. So it ended up working out for us for sure. Didn't even come close. Then we had Michael Porter Jr. over 16.5 points versus Pacers at -105. This was our sweatiest bet of the day. This was the one that made me super nervous. Michael Porter Jr. started out the game red hot. Scored 7 points straight out the gate. Definitely started off really, really hot. Then after that, he kind of slowed down. I don't think he even scored in the second quarter. But luckily for us, with 6 minutes left in the game, he ends up making a layup to be able to put himself right at 17. Does not score again. So we ended up hitting that one as well. Right on the hook, in our favor, of course. So definitely a sweat, but it ended up working out. So we ended up going 4-0, clean sweep, bringing out the brooms. So hopefully we can go ahead and do that once again today. Like I said, we only have 2 plays. I'll more than likely be adding more, though. So if I do end up adding more, they will be 1 in the pinned comment section, and 2, they will also be on my Twitter. So make sure that you guys do check out both those spots. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into these plays. Hopefully we'll have another great day. It was a funeral for the books yesterday, so hopefully we can bring that back once again today. So without any further ado, for our Kings kill shot play of the day, we're taking the Hornets, team total under 103.5 here versus Miami at -115 odds. Now, there are so many different ways that this could go under. I love this bet as an underplay, and here's why. First things first, Hornets are banged up. They are so poor on the injury. They're like so poorly injury prone right now. If they have no Gordon Hayward, they have no LaMelo Ball still, and I just don't see how they're going to be able to score 104 points unless if Kelly Oubre has a monstrous game, which is possible, but I just don't really think it's a good spot here. The over/under is only set to 217 points. Definitely still pretty low. So I think that Miami can hold this team to under 104. Excuse me. I think that they can hold them to that number. I think that that's definitely well within range. I think it's well within reach. Charlotte is also averaging only 97.7 points per game over their last 3 games. Their offense has looked very, very poor. And not only that, they haven't broke 100. They have not broke triple digits in 5 straight games. The Hornets offense has been very, very bad. Like, very, very, very bad. So I think that they can keep it under this 104 for sure, especially against a pretty good Miami defense. I know overall Miami hasn't been a good team, but if you look at the stats, Miami does allow the 9th fewest points per game to opposing teams, and they even allow 2 fewer points per game at home. So they are a better defensive team at home. Everything is pointing towards the Miami Heat to be able to hold this team to a low number. Miami is also 26th when it comes to pace, which is going to be a huge pace down spot here for the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets, they're pretty high when it comes to pace, but they have also have gone down in the last couple games as well. Miami is really going to hold this team. I think it's going to be very tough for the Hornets to be able to get to 104. I think that with all that being said, Kelly Oubre is going to have a big game. And even Terry Rozier, I was looking at some of his props. Even his props seem like they are trappy to the over. And I don't really love it. I think that this Hornets team is truly going to struggle. And also, it is a 10.5 point spread. With that being said, there's always blowout potential. I know that the Heat haven't been a great team. They haven't been able to blow very many teams out. But I think that this could be the one. This really could be the one. Right before they get LaMelo Ball back for the Hornets, Miami takes care of business. Then the Hornets go into a hot stretch with LaMelo Ball coming back. So I think it's a really good spot here to take the under. So we're going to be riding with it for our King Skill Shot play of the day. Hornets team total under 103.5 here versus Miami at minus 115 odds. Now for our second and final play of the day currently, like I said, there will more than likely be adding some. But for right now, it's going to be Kyle Kuzma, over 17.5 points here versus Mavericks at minus 120 odds. Now, I know this is a super tough matchup. He's going up against the Dallas Mavericks, obviously a very good defensive team. But let's be real here. Let's be completely real here. With no Bradley Beal in the lineup, who's going to score the points? Who's it going to be? I had a hard time deciding between Kristaps Porzingis and Kyle Kuzma. But I decided to go with Kyle Kuzma. He has a little bit better of a matchup by the numbers. The center position for Dallas, they allow the 4th fewest points per game to opposing centers, and they allow the 10th fewest points per game to power forward. So I decided to take a shot in the dark and go with the power forward position and take Kuzma here. But look at this. If you look at the starting lineup of the Washington Wizards last game, they started Monte Morris, Corey Kispert, Denny Avdija, Kyle Kuzma, and Kristaps Porzingis. With all that being said, this is a team that does not take a whole lot of shots. This is not a team that has a fantastic offense. A lot of it is going to have to be run through a guy like Kyle Kuzma or a guy like Kristaps Porzingis. I like both of their overs today just because I think that there's a chance. There's a chance. Also, like I said, someone has to take shots for this team. I think it's going to be Kuzma, but he has already hit the over in 7 games so far over the course of the entire season, and he has hit the over in 3 of his last 4. So he does have that momentum. He does have the confidence going into this next game, and I think it's a really good spot. Also, let's do a little bit of line reading here. The line is only set to 3.5 currently. If this game stays even relatively close in the Wizards' favor, Kuzma is going to have to have a good game. It's kind of like the Lauri Markkanen bet that we took yesterday. If this game is anywhere near covering 3.5, the Wizards Kuzma is going to have a great game here for the Wizards, and I think he can do that. I mean, I don't know why not. I think he can drop 20, and there's, he's done it multiple times before. Why can't he do it again? So that is going to be our second play and final play of the day. Kyle Kuzma over 17.5 points here versus the Mavericks at minus 120 odds. Now I know, like I said, I don't have any other plays just because there is no, there's not a whole lot of lines up currently. So, but make sure you guys do check out the pinned comment section and check out my Twitter just in case if I do end up putting out some more plays. But for right now, those are going to be the only two. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We're less than 130 subs away. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. But this is going to do it for me. This is King Signing out. Peace.